Samsung Crystal UHD 7 series 4K TV. This is the TU7000 series model. This is a 50-inch version, and this is a year 2020 model television. This is actually a slight bump up from the 6900 series that is pretty popular right now. So yeah, let's take a look at the box and look at this in a bit more detail. So right out of the box you get a user manual, warranty information. There's even a simple little one-pager pamphlet that shows all the ports. There's also a quick setup guide, which is pretty cool. And at the bottom there you see the legs. There's a left and a right leg that goes on the bottom of the TV if you're going to, mount it on a tabletop. There's also the remote control and power cable. It comes with a set of batteries. I would recommend buying a brand new set of alkalines, because usually those are like cheap batteries that kind of leak after a while and could damage your remote if you leave them in for long periods of time. And last but not least, on the top right hand side there we have cable management, right? 2 cable management clips. So when installing these feet, these don't actually come with any screws. It's called the quick easy install method apparently. So what you do, you just make sure that this has an L on it. It lines up with the L here, meaning that it's the left foot. And you put it in with this little slope here on the upper hand side. And all you do is put it in here and slide it in. And it clips in place like that. That's it. No screws are needed or anything like that. That's how you install it. Now, one of the things I'm going to mention here is there will be times when you install it like this for now because you want to put it on a tabletop. But let's say sometime down the road you want to wall mount it. How do you take these out? Well, all you do, you simply pull it out like that, alright? It's as simple as that. Clips in place. If you want to install it like that and to take it out, you just pull it out, right? So keep that in mind. It's called the easy install method. Pretty cool. So here on the right hand side, again I take my right foot here, it has an R on it, and I guess the easiest way to remember is that the side that has the letter on it, make sure it's facing upwards, right? You just slide it in and wait for that click. It clicks in place. There you go. The feet have been installed. Now while we're still looking at the bottom of the TV, as you can see, here and here are the speakers, and here is where you have your infrared sensor and manual on-off switch. So it's pretty simple, pretty sleek, and yeah, pretty solid design. So we've installed the legs, and I'm guessing you're asking yourself, what are these 2 white strips doing on this TV? I recommend you keep them on the TV. They come like this when you take it out of the box. And what they do is, when you let this TV flat on its face, right when you're installing the feet and maybe the cables behind it and whatnot, they actually protect the screen, right? Because they're about, I guess, a third of an inch thick, right? So they protect the screen when you let it down on its face. What's also good about these strips as well is that if you're mounting the TV or if you're handling it in any way to install it, your thumbs can rest comfortably on the strip and they don't smudge or damage the screen, right? Your hands don't have to touch the screen. So I would strongly recommend keep these on until you finish mounting your TV or installing it or whatever, right? But they're pretty cool. And if you do, like myself, I keep the package in just in case if I have to move and whatnot. Don't throw away these strips. They can come off and they can stick back on the screen if you're going to move the TV, right? Just to protect the screen. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is cable management. Now, in the box, you see these 2 plastic things here? These are actually part of the cable management solution that Samsung invented for the back of their TV. So it makes your cable installation clean, and the goal is for you not to actually see dangling cables under the TV, once you have your installation done. So here's the coax cable. I just installed it. Now you see these grooves on the back? It's not a design, it's actually a cable management system. So I can put my coax cable in here, for example, and run it along the side, run it along this trench here, all the way down like this, And what I'm going to do, use this cable tie or whatever, this little clip, and it fits over the foot, right? It fits over the foot here like this, and there you go, right? So I'm just showing you how easy it is. So this would then go to wherever, right? This obviously, just for the purposes of this demonstration, I have the short cable, but this coax cable will be much longer. But I'm just showing you how you use this little raceway that's embedded behind the TV to hold your cable, and then this clip here just keeps it flush with the actual foot. So from when you're looking from the front of the TV, you won't actually see this cable, right? Because it's hidden by this raceway, of course, and then by this foot here, right? Now, of course, there's a lot more space in this clip because you can hold other cables. So here's an HDMI cable. I'm going to connect this in here as well. And let's run that along one of these pathways here. Put that along here. Alright, so the second raceway, it's a little bit thinner than the one below it, but I was able to get a standard HDMI cable to fit in that raceway as well. And I just use the clip here to connect so that it comes off of there. So this is how it pretty much works, right? Now we do have two of these clips, right? One for each foot. So I'm gonna put my power cable in this example here. And I'm going to just have it come off of this foot here. So I'll just take my other clip, put it over the foot here, and that clips in place, and there you go. So that's your simple innovation from Samsung, their cable management system, right? Okay, so here at the back of the TV, went from top to bottom. Here we have our digital audio optical port, and that's used for your surround sound system. Here you have a USB port. Here's your antenna in port. So here's where you normally connect your cable TV, right, through your coax connection. Here you have your Ethernet LAN port if you want a wired connection to your home network or to the internet. Mind you, this does come in with built-in Wi-Fi, so you don't have to use this port to connect to the internet. You can just use the Wi-Fi. This is your HDMI in port. This is port number 2, and it also is the eARC port. Here is your second HDMI port, port number 1, and here is your AC power input. Okay, so we have our TV set up, we have our feet on, we've installed the cables at the back, and now, in my case, the TV is being set up, so I can take these strips off. And it actually says here, do not remove until TV is assembled. So it's assembled, so I'm going to take these strips off. Start with this one over here. Right, and an adhesive strip. So if you can, I don't know how well the adhesive lasts, but if you can, I would recommend keeping these around. And you know what, you can, because what you could do if the adhesive dries up and you're going to move again, you can get double-sided tape from any hardware store. You can put it on the back and you can attach them back to the TV, right? It's just a great way to protect your screen so that when you're reinstalling the feet on the TV, you can just rest it flat on its face and not worry about scratching your expensive screen, right? So, looking at this TV, I mean, it looks like any regular TV, but one of the improvements I've noticed over its previous model, the predecessor, which was the 6900 series, is that the bezels on this thing look way thinner all around. And it looks as though the sides here, left and right, are the thinnest. And I have my trusty ruler here. It's a meter ruler. And let's look at, just use inches here. So it looks like we're looking at roughly 1/8 of an inch. Okay? Roughly 1/8 of an inch bezel side on either side here. And on the top, you're looking at roughly just over 1/8 of an inch. So just a little bit thicker. And at the bottom here, along the bottom, we're talking about, about roughly just under 1/2 of an inch. So roughly 1/8 of an inch bezel around the sides and the top, and then roughly 1/2 of an inch below. Right? You know, it's getting better. Ideally, you would want a TV where there was no bezel at all, but you know, we're getting there. And for the price, again, this is a sub $500 TV. This is an affordable 4K TV, packed with a lot of features. So a thin bezel, it's 2 thumbs up for me. So looking at the two remotes, the one on the left, it's the one from our new TV, the TU7000. This is from my 6900 series unit, the older TV. So I just want to highlight the main differences. Obviously, starting from the top, they both have the power button and source buttons and your numeric keys there. Your volume and channel is the same, mute and channel list is the same. We have the home button in the middle, which is the same as well. But here where they have their sleep, guide and settings, what they've done, they've replaced those buttons with a Netflix button. You have your Prime Video button for Amazon, and then there's your Samsung TV Plus button, right, for the streaming services. So those have actually, and they've highlighted them as white buttons, so you can actually see straight off the bat that these are the new changes to the remote. Other than that, you have your directional keys, home button. We have a guide button here. Here they call it let's see. Oh, so they have their info button at the bottom here, and then they push the guide button to the bottom here. So that's the guide button. It's at the bottom here now on the new controller. And other than that, no other major differences. Just these smaller buttons along the bottom here, settings and infos here, and they have some other functions there, but nothing major. I think the key difference between the remotes are actually these three white buttons here that I want to highlight, right? So what they've done is just put the hotkeys for Netflix, Amazon Video, Prime Video, and the Samsung TV Plus buttons there, and they've replaced and shifted out the sleep, settings, and guide buttons from those locations. So those are the main differences between the two. Other than that, no huge improvements to my knowledge. Demo. Let me go to the menu, because what I want to do is just see what features they have on here. So let me go to start watching TV, see what happens here. So this is the interface that you have, pretty intuitive. All your apps are along the bottom, right? Ambient light detection is on, so your TV screen brightness will adjust automatically as the brightness in the room changes, which is a pretty cool feature, because right now it's in the morning, I have the sun coming through, but then as the day progresses, the light in the room changes, like the light goes from here to here, and then at night you have artificial light. So it's good that this ambient light sensor is in here to really automatically adjust to ensure that you get a very good viewing experience depending on the light situation in the room. Now what's cool is this service called Samsung TV Plus, and pretty much what it does, it aggregates streaming servers from around the world, and you can get free channels on your TV through that streaming service. Now obviously I don't have that set up on my TV, but that service also comes with this. So that's a really cool feature as well. Let me just get out of here, let's go to the menu, let's go home. Alright, so here's the home screen. So just quickly, I mean, most of you who've owned a Samsung TV, especially some of the later models, the interface is pretty similar. There's no reinvention of the wheel here. But along the bottom here is where you can see all of your installed apps. So this is Samsung TV Plus service I was talking about. So you can actually get streaming content directly to your TV. Obviously, you need an internet connection. And you saw I just set up my Wi-Fi, so you can get all of that. Of course, you have Netflix obviously on here, Amazon Prime Video, Apple TV, Spotify is there as well. And then, what's a TV without YouTube, right? You have a gallery app here, but you would need to sign into your Samsung account and internet access. So what I'm going to do, and the reason you didn't see the Samsung Plus stuff come up is because I skipped signing into my Samsung account. So when you turn on the TV for the first time and it prompts you to sign into your Samsung account, sign in or create one right there on the fly. Once you've done that, you'll get access to your services once you have your internet connection set up, right? But I just wanted to show you what the interface looked like, how easy it is to navigate, right? Pretty intuitive. And then one other thing here, there's music obviously, and if I go up here, that's where you set up your Samsung account, right? Which I haven't done. But that's where you set it up, right? And let's get back out of here. So here's where you can see all of your sources within the house. for content. Here's my home hub for my Wi-Fi, and then I have some media player content there. So this, everything is automatically detected. There's one thing I wanted to show you here, the apps button. So here, if you want to add, customize the apps that you have on your TV, here's where you can get them all from, right? So there's an editor's choice for apps. You have like Audi, CTV for Canadian TV channel, Z5. There's a Porsche TV channel on here, Eon, Net IPTV. The list goes on, right? A lot of content, and that's under most popular. And then is that most popular? Oh, here's most popular. So that one I showed you just now was at the top. Editor's choice. This is the most popular. So you have YouTube, Disney Plus, Crave, Spotify, all the big names, YouTube Kids, Facebook Watch, Plex. And then you can and then these are the apps we've downloaded, obviously, that we already have. You've seen these already. And then you can actually also have group content, so content that's grouped together by genre, so music and radio, apps to kill time, smart view, games, sports, video. So let's quickly look at music and radio here. See all these are apps that you have here. Hotel Radio FM, TuneIn is a popular one. I use that on my smartphone. Sirius XM, let's get out of here. Apps to kill time, when you have time to kill, which I'm sure most of us do right now in this pandemic. So here's a ton of apps here, of course YouTube. So there's groups, right? And down here I see a couple of games, Flying Fish 2. UFC is there as well. So let's quickly go to game. That's sports and video, but I just want to show you the game one, because there are some pretty cool games in this library, right? Urban Ninja, Wow Venture, Burning Wall, you have something, Diamond Mine. Tons of games here to kill the time. Like, it's pretty cool stuff, right? So that's just a quick overview of like just navigating the apps on the screen and all that. I just press the exit key in the back here. And then one last thing I want to show you, where is it? Apps, source, settings. So that's where you set up all your settings, right? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, yeah, let's go to settings. Settings, there's an e-manual, right? To save trees, we have an e-manual. Of course, you need to be connected to the internet. So there's the guide, online guide, there's a troubleshooting guide, first time use manual, and then it keeps a track of recently viewed topics, right? So, here, like if the TV screen doesn't display properly, what do you do, right? You can view more, if the picture's distorted, so I'm just going to view more, and it shows you like what if when the TV does not connect with an external device properly, if the picture looks distorted, this is what you do, right? Make sure you disconnect or reconnect power cables. They have lovely pictures and everything to show you how to troubleshoot, and it's self-explanatory, right? Make sure you connect to your HDMI. So I just wanted to share that they've really done a lot more now with the troubleshooting, that before you pick up the phone and call Samsung, there's an online e-guide with lovely big clear pictures to show you how to troubleshoot if you have any issues with your TV. So that's So the on-screen menu and applications that I showed you earlier, it's actually powered by an open source Linux-based system called Tizen, and that's the OS. And that's where you saw all those applications and the integrated web browser and all that. It's based on their Tizen operating system. This is something from Samsung. Of course, there is compatibility with Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, as well as Apple AirPlay 2. Now, I did talk about the Wi-Fi connectivity, but this also has built-in Bluetooth, and it includes Bluetooth headset support. Other features I want to mention before we end, we talked about the Crystal Processor 4K, which has a very vivid color palette, as you can see right here on this demo. And we saw that built-in cable management system, and that online e-book, right? Like the troubleshooting guide, that was gold. That was really gold. Now this TV normally has, I think the MSRP is about $350 in the US. So again, it's a very affordable TV, and you get a lot of bang for the buck. Okay, so there you have it, guys. This is what it looks like. This is a demo. I'm just running this demo of this 4K demo video, and I'm recording it in 4K. So if you're playing it back in 4K on a device that can play 4K, you can get a pretty decent idea of how nice the screen quality is for such an affordable television set. I mean, it's from Samsung, so you know that you're going to get a good quality TV. Okay guys, so what we're going to do now is demo some 4K fast-paced gameplay from my PlayStation 4 Pro on this TV. And I'm going to be demoing Street Fighter 5. Now the reason I like that game, one, is one of my personal favorites, and two, more importantly, it's action-packed. So it's fast-moving graphics, fast-moving sprites, a lot of good graphics and stuff, so we will see how well this TV performs. So that being said, let's see some gameplay. Street Fighter 5. Now this TV also has something called a auto game mode, ALLM. And what this does, it pretty much detects if you're, playing a high-end video game. If you have your PlayStation 4 connected and it's hooked up and playing, it will automatically detect it, and it will go into video game mode, and it will optimize the screen for fast-paced gameplay. And this will then help to minimize any input lag, which you normally get from a slower system, and it pretty much equates to much better gaming experience overall, right? And obviously you get reduced blur and stuff when you play games, fast-paced games kind of on a slower processor type TV. You're not going to get that issue with this TU7000. I mean, at 120 Hz refresh rate, this should be pretty good. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed the review of the TU7000 series Crystal 4K TV from Samsung. Again, this is the successor to the 6900, which is also a pretty good TV. So some of the cool features, just to recap, what I loved about this is the fact that it has that really cool cable management system at the back. It has really ultra thin bezels, and it comes, of course, with all those applications built in. You can customize your applications as well. There's a Samsung streaming service where it actually aggregates content from around the world, and you get it presented to you, and you get all that free streaming content coming right to your TV without any configuration necessary. All you have to do is set up your home Wi-Fi, and this does the rest. It has integration to there's an Amazon Prime button on here. There's a Netflix button. And then the Samsung TV Plus streaming service that I talked about, it has those fast buttons here on the remote. Obviously, it connects to all of the cool apps that you have. YouTube, you have Amazon Prime, Netflix, everything. All the cool stuff is built into this TV. On the downside, to me, one of the only downsides was the number of HDMI ports. It only comes with 2 HDMI ports. I was hoping for maybe 4, but for $350, it's a steal. It's a really cool TV. Now, what I love about it too is the fact that it can automatically adjust the performance of rendering graphics when it comes to auto detection of video games. So if I hook up my PlayStation 4 to this, it knows, hey, it's now you're streaming, or it's actually presenting to you a video game. It optimizes its performance to really give you that really enhanced gaming experience. So that equates to reduced input lag. So you get an enhanced gaming experience. You don't see any jitter, any tearing and whatnot. And as you saw in that demo that I did on my PlayStation 4 Pro, where I played my Super Street Fighter 5, I like to use that game because it's fast-paced and it's a 4K game, and you can see how well the TV can actually handle presenting those graphics and rendering those graphics on the TV. Other features, it's a Samsung, so the installation process. So it is VESA compatible, so you can actually wall mount it. But if you don't want to wall mount it, it comes with these cool feet. Now you don't need screws to install these feet. You just click them in. It's an easy install procedure. And if you want to take the feet out, you just pull them out. Right? No tools are needed. So again, all in all, it's a pretty decent, affordable, low-end TV when it comes to price for $350. All that you get with it, it's, I think, a pretty decent deal. And if you're really into gaming and you also want to be able to have a really nice TV to watch your content, like your movies and stuff, this is a really good TV to have. Like, I've had the one before this, the 6900, for a couple of years now, and it's still working fine. So, it's a Samsung, so it's a really good product. So, all in all, it's a great TV, and I love it. So, guys, if you want to get your hands on one of these TVs, click on the link below. I have a link below in the description, and you can get these TVs. And stay tuned for more content. So, because I'm back now, so I've been going through some moves and stuff, but I'm back now. And a lot of good stuff to come. So, until next time, happy gaming. So I hope you enjoyed that last video. Now, if you liked this video and you liked it, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And if you subscribe to my channel, I'm appreciative of that as well. So thank you very much. So listen, there's going to be a lot more content coming out this year and beyond. I plan to be doing quite a few different types of reviews. And I'm also starting to do giveaways now, finally. So that being said, happy gaming and stay safe.